Welcome back to my kitchen, everyone. Today we are going to be making one of my favorite childhood food, and that is gbegiri. For those who don't know, gbegiri is beans soup, the Nigerian way. So I'm going to be taking you step by step on how we are going to achieve the perfect, smooth and tasty gbegiri you've ever eaten. The first thing we are going to do is to soak our beans, and today I'm using the black-eyed peas. Feel free to use honey beans or any other type of beans you like. So I'm going to leave this to soak in water for about 15 minutes until the skin of the beans swells up. To peel the beans, I'm going to be adding everything into my food processor. You can also use your hands to peel this. Just rub the beans into the palm of your hands and the skins will fall off. But it's easy to use the food processor, and that is what I'm using today. So I'm just going to process this for about 30 seconds to 1 minute or till the skins fall off. To remove the skin from the beans, I'm going to be adding enough water inside the bowl. Then I'm going to just swirl it around with my fingers. Then the skin is going to float. Once that happens, I'll just drain that off, and I'm going to repeat this process for a couple of times until the water runs clear and there are no more skins floating over the beans. I'll now be adding my clean peeled beans inside my instant pot. If you don't have the instant pot, it's fine. Feel free to use the pressure cooker. It does just as well. It does actually exactly the same thing the instant pot will do to these beans. Now, if you don't have instant pot or pressure cooker, then you can use your stovetop. Although the process is going to take a little longer, you are still going to come out with a very delicious gbegiri soup. I'm also going to add some onions into the beans, and I'll add my water. Cover that up and seal up the pressure pot. Now I'm going to leave this to cook for 25 minutes. By that time, our gbegiri is going to be really nice and tender. Now the beans is nice and tender, it's now time to remove the pressure from the pot. To do that, I like to cover it with an old bowl. As you can see, I'm using my old yogurt bowl. And the reason is because I don't want the steam to stain all my countertop or my roof. This is going to contain all the steam. It's now time to blend. I'm going to be adding this inside a large glass bowl, and I'm going to be using my stick blender to blend. Now, if you don't have a stick blender, it's fine. You can use the jar blender. Just pour everything inside your jar and blend. It will do just fine. Once you've blended and it's nice and smooth, you are going to add this back to the pot or your instant pot, like I'm doing in my own case. And I'm going to be adding my seasoning. I'll be adding my cayenne pepper, ground crayfish, salt to taste, bouillon powder. You can also use the cube if that is what you have, and I'll also be adding the palm oil. Now mix everything together until it's well combined. It's okay if everything is not dissolving at this point. The more it cooks, the more the ingredients will dissolve. So cover this and let it cook again until you reach your desired consistency. And you're going to be stirring this every now and then to prevent it from burning underneath. Now my gbegiri is done and it's smelling so delicious in here. It tastes just as good. As a Yoruba girl that I am not adding locust bean to my gbegiri. Yes, it's intentional. This is the way I grew up with it, and this is the way I like to do it. If you like to add locust bean, please feel free to add it, but make sure you add that before blending. So that is it. My gbegiri is all done. To serve my gbegiri, I know a lot of you will be expecting me to serve this over amala and ewedu, but no. I didn't grow up that way. I know, it's strange. I grew up eating this with Tuwo rice, just like the northerners. And I think this was influenced by my mom studying in the north, but I don't even know it's eaten with amala for the longest time. Well, to make the Tuwo rice, I am going to be using arborio rice. This is what we have here. Local rice will do just fine. Actually, that is the real thing you should use if you can get that. So just rinse that a couple of times, put it on the stove top, and you are going to add enough water to make sure the rice cooks until it is really tender. The rice is now done. It's very soft and tender. It's actually softer than the way you cook your regular rice. So it's now time to stir it. We are going to use our wooden spoon to stir and break the rice like we stir our fufu amala, you know. We are going to stir this until everything comes together. I'm now going to serve this together with my Gbegiri soup. I'm also going to be serving this with some chicken. So that is it. This is how I grew up eating my Gbegiri soup, and I would like to know how you guys grew up eating this, and if it's also your first time, if there's a way you do it differently, feel free to share that with us in the comment section down below. Until next time, I'm going to talk to you shortly. Bye.